The clock is ticking to fund government, and so far lawmakers are still trying to find a path forward to avert a partial shutdown that could start at midnight. Here's what we know. Democrats want Obamacare subsidy extensions in the CR. Republicans say keep it clean, fund the government, and debate policy in the coming weeks. Congressman William Timmons joins us for an update on where things stand and what to expect. Welcome, Congressman. How are you, sir?
Joey, doing great. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Let's start with the proposed continuing resolution. There's been a lot of talk about the fact that this is a clean CR. What does that mean?
So government funding runs out tomorrow, and basically instead of doing our job and passing all the appropriations bills as we're supposed to, we have not done that. And so we have to extend government funding in some way. So a clean CR means that you take the baseline policy, all the different amounts that you were spending previously, and you prorate it. Instead of doing it for a year, you do it for a period of time. So the proposal right now is 7 weeks. That's passed the House. And when it's referred to as clean, it means that we didn't put anything else in it. Because sometimes you can add things in it that become partisan, but we didn't do any of that. It was just a clean CR for 7 weeks. And I think the most important thing is that when Joe Biden was president for 4 years, the Democrats and Republicans voted 13 times for a clean CR. So the Democrats are now using the one piece of leverage they have, which is government funding. We technically need 7 votes in the Senate in order to pass the clean CR to allow the appropriators to do their job to get the next fiscal year in order. And the Democrats are trying to use that leverage to try to extort $1.5 trillion out of the president and out of the House Republicans. So
Wow.
It's just crazy. And if this is their path they want to go down, I will cheer them on, because I think that the pain on the other side of this is far worse, and it's only going to be felt by them.
Yeah. Congressman Timmons, if you guys do not come to an agreement before midnight, talk with us about what a government shutdown actually looks like. What can people expect?
So technically, this would be a full government shutdown because we have not passed any of our appropriations. And so in a full government shutdown, every government agency has to deem people either essential or non-essential. So non-essential, they actually have to go home. They cannot work, and they will ultimately get repaid when the government reopens. It's just done retroactively. Now, that is not the case for government contractors. If you are not an employee of the government, if you're a contractor, not only will you not get paid, but you will not get back pay. Now let's look at the essential people. So people that are deemed essential have to work. They are not paid, and basically they will be repaid once the government reopens. This could take days, it could take weeks, it could take months. There is one exception. So we passed a law because we have service members downrange, and the thought of having a deployed soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine or Guardian that is serving us abroad and his family's back home, we created a caveat, a loophole that essentially makes sure they get paid at least one more time. So that's basically what a government shutdown looks like. And I mean, it's going to cause a lot of problems for people that don't have savings. And I mean, it's just unacceptable. These people are working, and they need to keep the government open. And it costs $2 billion a day in lost productivity. So this is just a completely unreasonable path forward.
Yeah. Congressman William Timmons is our guest today. We're talking about a potential shutdown if this continuing resolution is not passed by midnight tomorrow. Now, Congressman, Democrats I understand this is one of the sticking points, are demanding an extension of expiring Obamacare premium subsidies inside the CR. Why should or shouldn't those be handled in a separate debate?
So the Senate leader, Chuck Schumer, he's asking for so many things, it's hard to even pinpoint what he's asking for. He's asking for what is essentially $1.5 trillion in spending changes. He wants to undo a lot of the things that were done in our reconciliation package. He wants to extend additional policies. He wants to make sure that we are able to give health care to illegal immigrants. He wants to undo border security funding. So, I mean, it's not just one thing, it's hundreds of things. And to think that he's going to hold us hostage unless we pay him a bribe of $1.5 trillion, he's lost his damn mind. Yeah. So I can promise you that we are not going to concede to that. And if he chooses to shut the government down, they're going to have a number of votes on it tonight and tomorrow. So, I mean, the ball's in the Senate's court. And I think it's important to realize we passed a bipartisan bill out of the House to keep the government funded.
Yeah.
All the Republicans, minus Massey, plus the member from Maine, Jared Golden. So, I mean, the Democrats know what they need to do, and I think a lot of the Senate Democrats want to do it, but they're negotiating with the wrong guy, and at the end of the day, the president is not a sucker.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that the Obamacare subsidies will eventually be extended?
I think that there are some policy considerations surrounding that is worth looking at, because it is going to create hardships in a number of ways. But again, a lot of these things were done during COVID that it was just an excuse. So we got to look at all of these policies, and we have to have thoughtful conversations. But trying to jam it on the American people by leveraging shutting the government down, that's not how you govern. And they have had the benefit for the last 4 years of Republicans participating in this process to make sure that we get the government funded appropriately. And if our work's not done when it's supposed to be done, we do a clean CR, again, 13 times in the last 4 years. So I don't want to hear, I'll get out my violin and play for them as they cry about it, but we're not going to let them engage in this. It's just it's extortion.
Yeah.
And they will not succeed.
Yeah. I mean, they're using the common scare tactics, that Medicare's going to close. You're not going to get your Social Security benefits. I mean, none of that's really going to happen, is it? No. So again, all of that is essential work. The people that are doing it will not be getting paid. Depending on how long it goes, there could be issues trying to, if something happens not because of the shutdown and some sort of a benefit is not received, trying to then troubleshoot it will become more difficult, because some of the people at call centers and whatnot are going to be deemed non-essential. So yeah, it's going to cause increasing pain as the clock goes on. I think one more thing the Democrats aren't thinking about is that OMB is largely responsible for government funding, and they have a lot of leeway. And there's a lot of people that they want to free to go and pursue their highest and best use outside of government. So I think there's some people that could lose their jobs that should lose their jobs, but OMB has not been able to do that yet. But if we're in a shutdown, what's the judge going to say? You have to pay these people? We don't have money. Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see mass firings occurring, and really, Chuck Schumer is walking into Russ Vought, the director of OMB's, hands by saying, we're going to shut the government down. He's like, oh, really? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. Wow.
And then there's also an issue. The Department of Defense has $150 billion that we gave them in reconciliation, and there's a question as to the fungibility of that money. I won't get into the legal arguments, but long story short, there's a world in which the Secretary of War could continue to pay the entire Defense Department without us appropriating any more money or going into a clean CR. Now, the Senate Democrats are saying that's not possible, and I think the Secretary is going to look at them and say, I'm going to pay my people. This is money that you've already given me. You didn't do a very good job of explaining exactly what I was supposed to do with it, so we're going to do what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, these are things that we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't have to have these conversations, because the Democrats need to just do what we've done 13 times and fund the government.
Yeah. Well, as we all know, that would be too simple for the Democrats to go along with, for sure. Congressman William Timmons, it's always a pleasure. You got a lot of work to do. We'll be watching.
Joey, great to be with you. Thanks for having me.